bury me with the Switch Lite so I can play Animal Crossing in the afterlife.
But how's your island been, baby? How have things been over at
Oh, it's
St. Olaf?
trash. It's trash. Um, I'm not like I can't like because I still have to go to work. Unlike literally everybody else, I don't have the time to like really like sink 75 hours into Animal Crossing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Like
like
some
some
people.
people. Well, no, because you have 100 or more. I saw on like my friends list that Nintendo has just given up counting the hours that you play Animal Crossing. It just says 100 or more.
I didn't realize I broke 100. That's awesome.
Yeah, 100 or more is what it says if you look at Cam's like game activity. So, like yeah, it's at that point now. I can't get to that point because I don't have the time.
You'll get
So
there.
my
Give some time.
island's
You'll
pretty
get there.
shitty. I've put up the like the three houses that Tom Nook wants me to put up. I furnished one of them. I haven't furnished the other two because the one of them wants like a simple wooden chair and a simple wooden bed, and that's like 35 pieces of wood. And
Mm.
my trees do not want to give me just regular wood. They can give me
Oh,
hardwood and softwood, but not just like wood. And it's the most frustrating thing of life
you
to
can't.
like go around the island and be like, well, that tree gave me three pieces of hardwood
Yep.
and a couple tree branches and like nothing else.
Sam,
So,
you can't see me right now, but I'm rubbing my temples because I agree. There is
yeah.
like I can't believe there's this many things in the game that need regular wood, but
Yeah.
you just can't get it. Like I have 6 stacks of dark wood, 6 stacks of 30 pieces of dark wood that just don't move because they only need them for like shovels.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Well, like part of the reason why I sorry, my brain is like just not putting words together. Part of the reason why my town looks like trash right now is because I have given up picking up wood when I knock it out of a tree. Like I just leave it on the ground and, like once I think I needed a bunch of hardwood for something and that was the most glorious like 7 minutes of my life going around and picking up all the hardwood that I thought I would never have use for. And now it's
yeah.
completely replaced itself again.
Well, you have a house now, right?
Yeah, I do.
So you have storage now.
I do, but I honestly, Cameron, like I knock enough wood out in a day to fill up my storage because you can keep like
There
what like
is
30 bundles of wood together in one like bundle.
Yeah, there's no effing way you can fill up that storage. Like I have honest to God,
Listen.
Sam.
I so before you before I received the Switch, before I knew that I had a Switch Lite, um we were video chatting the other day and I got jealous, so I opened up New Leaf, like my Animal Crossing New Leaf town.
Mm-hmm.
And same like or same or very similar like storage functions as New Horizons. The only thing is that like instead of just having storage in your house, you have to like buy things to put them in, like
Yeah.
wardrobes and
Or
cabinets and
chests.
stuff like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
and chests. And like I had a bunch of those. And there's also in your museum in New Leaf, you can like go upstairs and there are like lockers that Blathers' sister like looks after for you, and you can put stuff in there too. Like
That's cool.
like when I was going through that, like I realized that I'm a fucking pack rat. Like I was an Animal Crossing New Leaf pack rat. Like there's so much shit that I own. Like just so much shit. And most of it is materials, like
Mm-hmm.
wood, like ore and stuff like that. But like I know myself. I know myself. I can fill up. There's like 80 spots in the storage. That is nothing. Because it's as someone who is used to having like closets that I can like throw stuff in on top of the regular storage that the game gives you. I know that I cannot 80 spots of storage is not enough. Like it's
Oh,
just not enough.
yeah, but every time you upgrade
So
your house, you get more storage.
yeah, but I don't have the money for that right now.
Get grinding, baby. You gotta grind that
Well,
grind.
I'm working on it, but I also gotta build these houses. Like I'm trying to start my life, and Tom Nook keeps giving me shit to do for him, and it's like, bitch, This is your island, technically. So I'm paying you to live here. So, like, not my fault that you got in over your head and promised three random strangers that they would have fully furnished homes to move into
Yeah,
on this
really.
deserted island that we just colonized like 3 days ago.
That sounds like a
So
fucking you problem, Thomas. That sounds
that,
like
yeah,
a
exactly. That sounds like a you problem, buddy. I'm trying to
fucking Jordan Belmont, Jordan Belmont, Jordan. What the fuck is that guy's name from Wolf of Wall Street?
Belfort.
Yeah,
Yeah, Jordan Belfort ass, dumbass.
fucking sell me a pen, why don't you? You piece of shit. But
Piece of garbage.
yeah. But other than that, like we've just been keeping it. We've been trying to figure out chill spot stuff. We unfortunately are, as to give our update to our adoring fans. Our Monday slot shows are going to go away for a little while until we record a new show.
Yeah.
For the time being, that
Yeah.
hopefully y'all will see soon, which will be that's exciting.
Yes.
We have plenty of backstock Let's Play series stuff, so like nothing to worry about there. Obviously, we're recording the Chill Spot podcast right now. And then for Wednesdays, our focus Let's Plays, which we have no backlog of whatsoever, you're going to see dear old me a lot. You're going to be...
Yeah. Yeah, you were doing some solo stuff. It was pretty good. I mean, I'm not gonna. It needed me, but
of course,
for on your own, it was pretty good.
yeah, you can't shit on yourself, right? You gotta be like, no, I'm standing
Okay,
up for
cool.
me.
So now that housekeeping is done and done, how has social distancing been treating you, Cam?
Social distancing has been... I remember, so excuse me, not years ago, weeks ago, back when this was going to be, according to the government anyway, a problem that was going to be wrapped up in 2 weeks. I remember thinking to myself, being like, oh, okay, well, I get like a week off. Like, I've always wanted the week off. So I
A
remember
government sanctioned week off, no less.
exactly. So I'm getting paid for it, even though I'm part time. The way I saw it, I maybe enjoyed the first 3 days of being a fucking delinquent, and then it has just been finding ways to cure boredom. Like earlier today, I woke up. I actually woke up at 7:30, and I was up and awake at 7:30. But then I thought to myself, why stay awake? Like, there's no point. Like, there's just like, what am I gonna do from 7:30 to noon, and then from noon to when I go to sleep? And the answer is nothing. Like Animal Crossing, you know.
Yeah.
But I've been trying to keep it fresh. I've been playing lots of games. I've beaten a few games I've been meaning to beat, which is nice.
Yeah.
I want to start watching some movies I want to watch.
You have like a list of games that you want to work through.
Yeah, I mean, Animal Crossing has put a huge dent in that because,
Yeah.
I made that list before Animal Crossing came out, and then Animal Crossing came out.
Yeah. And took over your life.
Yeah. My next big one is going to be Doom Eternal. I really, really want to fucking play Doom Eternal, and any day now I'm going to buy it. Like, any day I'm just going to cave.
I would say that even Isabel wants you to play Doom Eternal.
Yeah, right. Isabel and the
know?
Doomslayer are best friends, according to everybody on the internet.
Yeah, I love that. I sent you this meme because like part of how we're coping being a couple that can't isolate together or see each other, like to make human eye contact, like physical eye contact with each other, is like we've been sending each other memes. I've been getting back into Tumblr big time. I don't know if any of you out there have a Tumblr, but now is a really great time to get back into Tumblr because like
are you the
yes,
only
there's
person on
COVID
Tumblr?
stuff on there, but it's not nearly as rampant as Twitter and Facebook and fucking Instagram. Like it's not at that levels, and like a lot of it is still just like memes and like cute, like cool pictures and stuff like that. So that's lesson number one for today is get back into Tumblr if you haven't already. But I sent you this like video that I found that somebody made of like Doom Guy and Isabel
animation.
playing in hell together or wherever it is that Doom takes place. And they're like Doom Guy is just like throwing Isabel up in the air and she's like enjoying it, and then like a horde of zombies like comes around and Doom Guy kind of like sweats a little bit and he looks at Isabel and goes rip, and then Isabel's face gets like so serious and she just goes tear, and like they both like punch zombies in the head.
Yeah, it's pretty rad. It's pretty rad.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
it's best. I'm loving it.
at, at this point, the Doom guy or the Doom Slayer, whatever his fucking name actually is,
I think they
um,
agree that it's Doom Guy. I think that's
I know.
the like fan base approved name for him.
See, it's funny, right? Because okay, so a little interesting tidbit of Doom lore here. So you're right. In Doom Eternal, they confirmed that his name is Doom Guy. Like everyone calls
Yeah.
him Doom Guy. But
Yeah.
in the lore, in like the prophecy that he's a part of in the story of Doom, he's known as the Doom Slayer because he slays
Right.
demons.
Right.
Um, God, I love Doom so much. The 2016 remake of Doom was easily one of my favorite games of all time. Like, oh my God, is it so good?
Yeah, I mean, like I you gotta respect it for coming back after that Dwayne Johnson movie, kind of like turned it into a joke.
Yeah, The Rock killed Doom. Yeah, Doom was on rough waters for a couple years because Doom 3 came out and it wasn't well liked. No one really liked Doom 3,
Hmm.
and then they made the movie, which for
Hmm.
a lot of people don't even know that there's a Doom movie because that was back when Dwayne the Rock Johnson wasn't quite Dwayne the Rock Johnson just yet. Like he was in
Yeah,
movies because he was a
yeah,
wrestler. And like
yeah.
WWE had that production studio, and they were
And like
casting.
Doom makes sense for where Dwayne Johnson was at in his career at that moment, you know?
Totally
Like
super B
it's not even like
list.
an acting challenge for him. It's not that far from WWE stuff.
Yeah,
So,
really. Yeah.
as far as like genre and like feel and aesthetic goes, it's like you can get a bunch of WWE fans to like go to a Dwayne Johnson movie or go to a movie with The Rock at the time and like watch him like bust heads open. Like that's not it doesn't take a lot of convincing to get WWE fans to like get on board with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Uh, you know
It's
what
not like he
though?
was in like Moneyball or something.
Yeah, really. I'm waiting for the day that Dwayne Johnson gets an Oscar. Like, I think
No,
he'll win one eventually.
I would love to see. I mean, like, and he's done like some emotional stuff, you know, like that Tooth Fairy movie was like family, like emotional, and uh,
I can't see Dwayne Johnson winning for the Tooth Fairy though. To be honest with you,
no. But what I'm saying is that he has the potential for the range. You know
right,
what I mean?
right, right.
Like, I see it in him.
Yeah, I mean he's a trained actor, right? Like he can do it.
Yeah, yeah, and there are like I feel like there are emotional spots in all of his, not all of his movies. Maybe not like Fast and Furious so much, but like
Mm.
um what else has he been in? Goddamn. I haven't seen any of the Jumanji remakes, but I'm sure there's some moments in there that are wholesome.
Weirdly, my parents love those movies, or my dad. Like, it's like he watched the first Jumanji and thought it was awesome. Like,
Hmm.
really, really liked it. And apparently, they're good. I haven't seen them.
I've heard
Um,
no bad things about that series. I've heard that they're
Also,
fun.
fun little correction. They apparently actually aren't remakes; they're sequels.
Oh, well, I always viewed them as a reboot because they took, I mean, like to me, so like
Oh, hello, Sam. Sam.
Hello.
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 I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. The
What?
USB cord fell out of the back of my microphone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what that is. But
The
yeah, so
hazards
no,
of recording online.
it was my understanding that Jumanji is a board game. So when the new Jumanji came out with Dwayne Johnson and Karen Gillan and Jack Black and Kevin Hart, um, I just figured that it was a reboot because they turned it into a video game. So I kind of, you know what, you know how I saw it, for all the nerds out there. I saw it as like what, like the opening of like the ninth Doctor in Doctor Who. You know how like, well, you don't know, Cam, because you
Yeah,
don't
that's
know,
what I say. I
but
actually don't know.
y'all know how like, you know, Doctor Who kind of went away for a while, and then they came back with nine, Christopher Eccleston as the Doctor, and it was just a whole new show, and they put it in the new millennium, and they just like skipped, you know, everything. I believe that there's, I'm not super up to date on my like Doctor Who history, but I'm pretty sure like it kind of got shelved after the eighth Doctor for
I
a
think
couple
I
of
think
decades.
yeah. The BBC was like, we've had this show has run its course. We're
And then
done.
they just like booted it up and just like put it in the new millennium. So
And
like
yeah,
it's
I
a
mean that makes
totally
perfect
different
sense.
show from the previous from like classic Who. Now we talk about like classic Who and like, Who. I feel like the Jumanji remakes, reboots, I call them reboots, are like, new Jumanji.
Mm.
And then
But the
like
only
Robin Williams Jumanji was like classic Jumanji.
see the only thing is though is that the literally they are sequels because that first new Jumanji opens with the board game becoming a video game. Like literally, like that board game,
Oh,
like with magic or something, transforms
okay.
into a video game.
I don't know if I like that.
I
Um,
mean, it's really like it's fucking Jumanji. Who cares?
well, because I do a little bit. I'm starting to care now the more that we talk about it because no, 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 no,
No,
no, no.
no, no,
The
no.
feelings have formed. So like
Mm-hmm.
Jumanji is a video game now. Fair, fine, good. Um, but like, and I still have to see it. So maybe like I'll watch it because I think it's on Netflix. I think the first one is on Netflix. So maybe I'll watch it and like see how they do it, and then it'll make more
Yeah.
sense. But in my ignorant understanding as of right now, like this is like person who has never seen Harry Potter before tells you what they think a muggle is. But
Right.
like it's my understanding that they were like, well, it can't be a board game anymore because it's in the 21st century. Nobody touches that shit. And it's like, first of all, bitch, people still play board games. So like
Mm.
what? Second of all, how does it just turn into a video game? Like it just like it just does it? Like
Well,
what
here
are you talking about?
I'll
You
Google
know,
the
like that's
synopsis on
so
Wikipedia.
lazy. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Hang on, let me look up
I don't
Jumanji.
I don't like it.
Jumanji. What was the first one called?
The
Because
first, like with Robin Williams, it was just called Jumanji.
no, but there's Jumanji: The Next Level, but I think that's the sequel to
Yeah.
the
Welcome to
reboot
the
slash
Jungle.
make.
It's called
Hang on.
Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle.
Okay, hang on. Here we go. Welcome to the Jungle. Going down, scrolling down to plot. In Brantford, New Hampshire, in 1996, teenager Alex Freak's father finds the Jumanji board game on a beach and brings it home to him. Uninterested, Alex sets it aside, but it finds it has transformed into a video game
Yeah.
cartridge after
Yeah.
being entranced by the
Yeah.
game's drum beats later that night.
Okay. So, like, here's the fucking thing, right? So, no, I don't like this. So,
I can't believe that you're about to go on a passionate rant about Jumanji.
I'm not about to go on a passionate rant. You say this, and then it makes me mad because you're like, oh boy, here she goes again. And then I go off. You don't want me to go off, so I go off in spite of you. But I can talk
Mm,
about this like a rational person if you would just calm the fuck down, sir.
mm-hmm.
So the dad finds Jumanji on like washed up on the beach, and he's like, I'll take this home to my son. There's my first problem because you're bringing home trash as a gift, and I don't
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Here's a
As
board
someone
game, you
who
idiot.
my parents, I don't know about your parents, but my parents loved to do the thing, and I think I've mentioned this before. They loved to do the thing when I was a kid where they would like pick me up from school or whatever, like after school care that I was in, and they'd be like, we have a surprise for you, but we can't tell you until you get home. And then I'd be like, oh, great, sick. It's a surprise. Oh, I love surprises. It's going to be great. Maybe it's going to be a new Barbie doll. Maybe we're going to go out to dinner somewhere. Maybe we're going to like, and then we never did anything cool. And we never did anything fun. And it was always like, oh, yeah, like mom has like roast beef for dinner. Like she made like a whole roast. And I was like, great.
Awesome. Guess we'll just eat that.
Love that. And then, or they'd be like, we have a surprise for you. We're going somewhere and not taking you with us. So you have to go to a friend's house. And I was like,
That's not a surprise.
that's not fun. Like, it's fun.
That's
'cause
ruining my
I'm
evening.
going to a friend's house, but like, that's not like what I wanted. Like, ugh. So like issue number one, because I feel for this Alex kid all of a sudden because his father brought home trash and thought it was a gift. So I feel for him immediately. Like that's the worst. Second of all, the game is transformed into a video game cartridge. So it's 1996. The game transforms into a video game cartridge. So the game does the most okay boomer thing of life and is like, oh, well, technology has phased me out, so I guess I'll just turn into the new hot thing that all the kids are playing with. It's like, okay, boomer, I fucking like people still play fucking board games. Like you can still be a board game and that's still valid. Like you can still
Mm-hmm.
trap people. You know, like you got this drum beat going on for you. Like you that's how Jumanji works. You hear the drum beats and you become entranced and you become sucked into the game, and that's how it gets you, because once you start playing Jumanji, you don't stop until you're done.
Yeah.
So like
It's like
use your
Monopoly.
drum beats, man. I don't know why you have to be a video game all of a sudden. Like I guess it's interesting and like, you know, it's kind of like cool, like retro. Like I appreciate the aesthetic, but I don't appreciate the motivation behind why
Mm.
it turned into a video game. You know what I mean? It's like,
Well, I think
fine, I guess. You know, it's like that comic that I love to use all the time. The guy like crossing his arms and throwing his hands in the air and going, I guess. Like it's
yeah.
fine that it's a video game now. Like that's not what I'm mad about. What I'm mad about is that the game was just like, oh, it's 1996. He's not going to touch me unless I'm technology. It's like, fuck you. Fuck you. Like
Well, maybe in the movie, the director does some shit where it's like, oh, the kid doesn't want to play the board game because he's a young boy, and then the magical game, can notice him playing video games or something, and then be like, oh, well, if I can be played on that thing that he's playing on, maybe then he'll play me, kind of thing.
but you have the drum beats. Like Jumanji, that's my thing though. Is like Jumanji always has the drum beats. That's how it worked in the first movie. And that's how Jumanji is like supposed to work. Like that's how it traps you. Like you hear the drum beats and you're like, where's this coming from? It's coming from this box. And you open it up and then the board opens up and it's like, haha, motherfucker! You can't stop me until you've played me all the way through. You might die, but this is not gonna stop. So like,
Just like any other board
you
game.
know, so like like fine, it's very Hollywood to be like, oh, the game like adapts, like it can adapt and transform into like whatever new technology kids are playing with in order to, you know, trap them into playing the game. But I just think that you know, the writer sitting there thinking like, oh, it's 1996, a kid's not going to touch a board game, video games are a thing now. It's like, excuse you, sir. And I do mean sir. Like who are you to say? Who are you to say that a kid won't touch a board game? I don't know. If it's like playing the drums, I would definitely open it up. And since it's Jumanji, that's enough. You know,
Right.
why'd they change it?
But I was about to say, Sam, like I had no idea that you were this much of a Jumanji fan. Like,
You know,
I
I wasn't until right now.
I had no idea that you were this inundated with Jumanji lore to the
It's
point
not about.
where, like, if like they made there's a video game series called Devil May Cry.
Yeah,
You've probably heard of Devil May Cry.
yeah.
There was one entrance of the game where they decided to reboot the series and try something new. One of the things that they changed about Devil May Cry was the main character, Dante, who normally has white hair, doesn't have white hair. And
Yeah.
all the fans in unison shit their pants and
Right.
threw a temper tantrum and freaked the fuck out. So like right now, you're a Jumanji fan
No,
like
no,
these
no,
Devil May Cry
no,
fans.
no. I'm not gonna let you. I'm not gonna let you boil it down to something that juvenile, because what it is
It's
like you know
protecting
me.
the
No,
integrity.
stop. You know me. Like I'm passionate about like writing and like um things that have had the privilege to be so well written that they last a really super long time. So, you know,
Oof.
like I certainly love the first Jumanji movie, you know, like I do. I remember watching it on VHS at the daycare that I went to when I was a kid. But it's not so much that I'm super protective of the Jumanji IP that I'm like all mad about this now. It's just like I see a space where the writers didn't have to do what they did.
I guess so.
And I just think that it could be done differently.
Well, maybe like
But
maybe
whatever. That movie
they.
made like fuck. I still have the thing open. It made $962.1 million in the box office.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
So after a budget of Wikipedia says 90 to 150 million, so it broke even.
A little bit.
So who am I to say? But I just think that Jumanji can stay a board game. I think that it can. But I'm not mad that it's a video. I'm not mad that it is now a video game. I am mad at the like boomer-esque like, oh, he's not touching me right away, so I guess I'll just turn into a video game because kids these days. And it's like, well,
We're gonna have to do, Sam. Like,
I
I
don't
hope
like
you.
the attitude behind which Jumanji turned into a video game. Let's put it that way.
I hope you know that like you're gonna watch this movie, and the movie's gonna have like a pretty good, like, you know, like maybe it'll do a better job than the Wikipedia article is saying, and we're gonna have to issue like a fucking iPhone notepad apology to everyone.
An
saying,
iOS
like,
press release. That's what they call it on the read.
like Dwayne Johnson is gonna come after us and be like, these fuckers over at Chill Spot are talking shit about my movie.
Yeah, he's gonna crush my head between his thumb and forefinger, like that Kids in the Hall sketch, but for real.
Do you think that Dwayne The Rock Johnson could open a beer bottle for me with his pecs? I bet he could do it.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, yes. My answer is yes. I thought about that way too hard.
I was about to say,
like,
we really like.
well,
There's like,
is
I'm
there
looking at the
enough
readout
depth-
here. I'm looking at the readout here. There was like
underside of Dwayne Johnson's pec for there to be room for him to fold a bottle underneath the skin and then twist, and it's like I don't have to think about it that hard. Yes, he can.
yeah. He could also open it with his big meaty hands.
Sorry?
He could also open it with his big meaty hands.
Okay, sorry. You you cut out immediately after big meaty, and I was like, man, are the feds censoring us? Like, are the
Yeah, really.
Discord feds censoring us?
I should have mentioned this earlier in the podcast, but because we're recording on Discord, there's going to be technical difficulties, so get used to it. It's fine. It's fine,
Yeah.
everybody. It's fine.
Yeah, we love you, and thank you for sticking it out with us. But everybody's podcasts right now sound different. Like, everybody's recording, like, everybody's got to do our setup all of a sudden, you know?
Yeah, for real.
So,
For real.
Welcome to our life, everybody else.
I gotta
entire
say,
podcasting community.
if I could go on a little bit of a rant, something
All right.
like something a bit more, I'm not going to go on a rant, but I'm just going to say, if you, for some reason, are listening to our podcast and you're not someone that we know intimately, and you aren't social distancing because of whatever reason, please social distance. Like, if you have to go to work, that's one thing. But if you're just, like, bored at home and break the rules, so, like, now they have to close parks, you can't even go to parks anymore, like, understand that, okay, put it this way. I guess this is where I was going. Normally, with world issues, stupid people just slow things down, you know?
Yep.
When people are acting stupid, it just slows things down and it makes the process longer, but that's usually how it is. With COVID, stupid people are literally killing everybody else. So I just need y'all to cooperate. Like, please.
Yeah.
Please, God.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
go outside again. I want to see my
Yes.
girlfriend.
Like, the faster everybody cooperates, the faster we all get to go back outside again, you know? Like, and that's, I mean, like, you can't make people realize this, you know what I mean? And I saw a really good graphic, actually, like, just now. Jessica Williams had it up on her Insta stories today. I should probably save it just for my own sanity. But there's like, it's like this graphic of like, it's a circle, and it's like things that I can control in COVID and like during the COVID crisis. And then on the outside of that circle was like things that I can't control. And it's just about like focusing on like what you can do.
Yeah.
So I try not to think about other people not socially distancing too much, just because I will go insane. But I'm here to say that I have suffered temporary insanity thinking about how much farther along we could be if everybody across the entire continent of North America just like dropped their way of life that they are holding on to so tightly and just like socially distanced responsibly. You know what I mean?
Like, please,
Like,
please.
yeah. And now I will go back to just worrying about myself and like what I can do, because I'm doing the right thing, you know?
Exactly.
And it's not fun. Like, I don't want to go too far into it, because we are like, this is the first like fun thing that I've done in a while, and I don't want to like ruin it with my
Listen, man.
my bad mood. But like,
I've had nothing but conversations with my parents at dinner about fucking COVID for the past four
yeah,
weeks straight.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I wanted to say that 2 cents, and then I really just, let's go back to talking about fun shit.
Yeah, being surrounded by it is tough, but if you do your part, it adds up. And especially right now because we're all social distancing, it doesn't you can't see that it's adding up because we're staying away from each other. So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
can't see the social implications because that would involve going outside and we can't do that right now.
No, of course not.
But
Yeah.
it is helping a lot. I'm already starting to see people adjusting better because there was toilet paper in my store
Mm.
yesterday and today. It was amazing.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Good
Not
for
a
them.
not a full shelf, but three different varieties.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're adjusting and it's only going to get better from here.
Well,
So,
well, folks, us here at the Chill Spot Podcast love each and every one of you, and we will get through this. We will.
yeah.
There will
Yeah.
be a time when Sam and I will be in the same room, and we
Yeah.
can record, and it won't sound like this. It'll sound a little bit
Yeah.
better.
I can hold his freaking hand. Hold
Yeah,
my boyfriend's hand.
that would be really nice.
That would be nice.
Hmm.
Nice. Instead of just going on Animal Crossing dates to each other's islands.
Which has been fun though, I must admit.
Yeah, you're like my Animal Crossing sugar daddy. It's
Seriously,
great.
she
No,
texted me
it's
a couple nights ago,
super
like
helpful.
she's like, hey, baby, mommy needs some iron. Do you think you can give me some iron?
Yeah, because like, oh, that's what it was. So like earlier when I was talking about like I needed a bunch of wood for something, it was to build Nook's Cranny because Timmy and Tommy
Yes.
wanted to branch it on their own and have their own store, and they were like, so we need 30 pieces of hardwood and 30 pieces of softwood and like 57 million iron nuggets, and I was
It's like,
like, I
okay.
can get you 2 out of 3 of those things. Everything else is gonna take like like 2 weeks because
Yeah.
my island does not have a lot of rocks on it. It has like 3 rocks on it that I can farm for stuff. So
Don't worry. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think new rocks might appear periodically on your island somewhere. Because I have
yeah,
like
but like
4 or 5
not
rocks
fast
now.
enough. Like
Well,
not fast enough.
well, do you have Are you hitting it with the axe or hitting it with the shovel?
I hit them with the shovel.
Okay, cool. Because that's I
Yeah, because
learned.
the axe breaks the rock.
Well, no, the axe doesn't break the rock, but the axe will only give you 3 things, but the shovel will give you like 6 things.
Right. Like a whole like square of things. Yeah.
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 Well, it's also like it's funny, right? So, in my 100 hours of playing Animal Crossing, I've done a lot of growing and changing. Um, at first, I was like, I mean, let me say it right now. I have no problem with people who farm or time skip or whatever. Like, I don't care. I don't care about that at all. Personally, I don't want to time skip because I personally, personal opinion, personally, just don't think that it's in the spirit of the game. Those who do it, whatever. I don't care. I'm getting pretty close to just farming, though. Like, going to one of these islands and, like, creating, like, a tarantula island so I can fucking get some goddamn bells. My current debt is 1,000,000 bells.
Oh
It took
shit.
it took me like 2.5 weeks to get 750,000 bells. So I'm like, oh god, I gotta get some money.
That's a huge jump. Oh my god.
Yeah, because the first one is 50,000. The second one's I think 100,000. Like,
Uh-huh.
not exactly, mind you. Like I'm generalizing. The third one I think is 250, and then the fourth one is 500. The fifth one is 750, and then the one I'm on right now is 1,000,000. And there's one more after that. That's 2.
Like how on God's green earth are you supposed to just play this game normally and like get
Mm.
any of that done?
I guess that's the nature of the game, right? Like, 2,000,000 bells is a lofty goal, but if you keep
Yeah.
at it and just chip away, you spend your bells correctly and you save every bell. You eat
Yeah.
lunch at home every once in a while. You don't eat out.
You don't buy avocado toast,
No,
stop
no.
going to Starbucks.
Oh my god. Okay, so fun little. This is a little more Animal Crossing related news. Nintendo today updated the game, so the game's on version 1.1.4a, and today's update was to tone down the egg spawns.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah,
Oh my
but
God. They like how did they not know that they were being so ridiculous with
it
those
was a lot.
fucking eggs?
Bunny Day has. I was saying this to Brad. We were actually playing Animal Crossing a couple nights ago, and like, so one thing I really love about Animal Crossing is how successful it's been. Like Animal Crossing New Horizons is on its way to becoming like one of the if not the best selling game on the Switch at the moment.
Yeah.
You know, it has a huge launch and a massive success. I'm so happy that people
Well,
are
it's not
playing
just
it.
that, but like they got so lucky because then the zeitgeist changed with COVID, and all of a sudden everybody was like relying on Animal Crossing for their happiness, you
Yeah,
know?
I saw a
So
bunch
like
of
that
people on
game is now
Twitter.
going to go down in history as like something that got a lot of people through COVID and that
Right,
sort of thing. So it has like
and
a historical context that's like outside of just like gaming right now, which is crazy.
so I think that's really great, but something that really sucks is that Animal Crossing, being that it's based on real time and coexists with real holidays, it just kind of sucks that their first major event being Bunny Day sucks. Like it sucks. Like
I
they
know.
really blew it. They really blew it.
Well,
Like
like I
getting
gotta
eggs
say, like
is annoying.
as somebody who like got this game right and like the highest peak of like Bunny Day festivities, um, I feel like the Easter egg vibe is being foisted upon me like a lot.
Well, yeah.
Um, I have all of these DIY recipes for like egg themed, like Easter egg themed furniture. And I have one room, like I just got my tent transformed into a house and now I have one sorry ass little room to fill and all I have is just like Easter egg stuff, you know? Like there's not a lot. I guess there's the catalog that I can go to. But I feel like the game like really wants me to like have an egg themed room and
Oh yeah.
I
That's what
like
I've done.
guys, the egg if I have an egg themed room, that's my whole house. Like I'm the egg girl, you know? I'm the
Yeah.
one with the eggs. And
Well,
I
see, it doesn't help that like okay, full getting eggs is really fucking annoying because you'll be fishing and you'll get an egg, or you'll need wood and you'll get an egg, or you'll shoot down a present and you'll get an egg. But then it's insult to injury when all of the Bunny Day furniture is ugly as shit. Like
yes.
like I
The
do,
bed that's just like a nest of eggs to lay on? Like
yeah, it's like okay.
what?
See, what I don't get is that like okay, I don't fully understand the event. Like Zipper T said that you need to collect one of every egg and give it to him, but then like I keep seeing online that you need to like build stuff. So like I don't know. So I just built like everything. I have like a million DIY recipes. So I just built a bunch of Bunny Day shit. And then hopefully on April 12th, I'll talk to him and get some more clarification on what exactly that he wants.
Mm-hmm.
Because I really don't. I have no fucking clue what he wants.
I thought he just wanted you to bring him like one of each type of egg.
That's what I thought too. But I keep seeing people online that you need to build stuff. Like you have to have stuff like built.
Oh.
I don't know. Okay, real quick.
I
We are
don't want
going.
to do any of that. No. I'm
Sorry,
trying I am
Sam.
trying to furnish I am trying to fully furnish two other houses. I don't have time
Mm-hmm.
to make your stupid egg stuff. Fucking zipper. Like goddamn. I'm trying to
We are
get this
going.
island up and running and you hit me with a holiday right off the jump. It's like ah,
Mm-hmm.
this is a
Uh,
lot. This is a lot.
we are gonna have to pause real quick because I'm having a bowel movement. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Alrighty, and we're back.
So yeah. So um I forget what we were talking about before the break.
Yeah, I don't know. It was one of those things where like
I think it was Animal Crossing. I think we were ranting about the egg man.
yeah, we're talking about Zipper T Bunny and his bullshit eggs and yeah, but we were talking about how I was trying to go into how like it's a shame that they kind of blew their first big event because it doesn't necessarily make me excited for future events. Like I kind of hope
Yeah.
that like, but you know what though, them updating and changing the egg drops shows that they're listening.
Yeah.
I mean, their developers are probably at home playing the game.
Yeah, yeah. So they're probably like, I don't like this.
Like,
Like,
I hate
listen,
this,
guys, I
actually.
made this game and I don't like this.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, oh my God, Sam, we were betrayed.
Oh?
We at Chill Spot experienced our first betrayal at the hands of someone we thought close to us. I posted our newest Nancy Drew video update on the r/Nancy Drew subreddit, and
Yeah.
we got downvoted.
Oh?
Can you believe that? What the hell, Clue Crew?
Why?
I thought we were friends.
What? Hold on. I'm gonna open up my phone and look at r/Nancy Drew for the past because I haven't. Reddit is also one of those. It's also one of those social media platforms that I got to stay away from because fucking
Too much misinformation and too much general
yeah,
pessimism.
yeah. So I gotta find this post. When was it though? Was it like last week?
Well, yeah, you're not gonna find it. It was last Wednesday,
Okay, yeah. So it's like
and it got downvoted. So you're really not gonna find it.
okay, okay. Why did it get downvoted so badly?
Well, see, here's the thing. It probably didn't get downvoted badly. It probably just got downvoted by one person, which made it go to zero. It made the thing like tick to zero. So
Right.
we just got like shot into the aether. I mean, that video
Like,
got half decent views for us. So like, I'm not upset, but
and there were some nice comments on the video itself, like from YouTube itself, like from
yeah.
YouTube members.
I
So
mean, I'm obviously kidding. Like, I'm not actually mad at the Clue Crew.
yeah.
I just thought it was funny how like one of our biggest supporters from a community, we've lost their support due to overposting.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we just need to give them some breathing room. But I posted it on Tumblr and they liked it on Tumblr.
Oh, good, good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
I
I
mean,
don't think you gotta worry, baby. I think this is just I think we can chalk this up to the fickleness of the internet, you know?
definitely, definitely.
And, like I think about this a lot now that I'm both a content creator and content consumer at the same time. Um, we really are fickle. Like, I don't know what we want, really. I
Mm,
genuinely don't because, I have like my internet personalities that I like. And then I'll be like really into them for like a couple weeks and I'll just want to like watch all their videos, consume all their content. And then for no reason at all, because it's not like they did anything, changed anything, or did like made some changes that I don't like, but I just fall off, Like it's just such a temporary love with the internet. And I don't know how people do it. I don't know how
mm-hmm.
people like, make the kind of money that you can buy a house with. I
Right.
don't know, like I don't know how fucking like I saw a Tyler Oakley video for the first time in like years and I was like, this fucking guy? Like
Who's Tyler Oakley? I don't even know who that is.
he's a very popular YouTuber. He was one of the first YouTubers, if I can be so bold. I would say that he was definitely one of the first YouTubers who really made YouTube their career, and
What does
like
he? What does he do? Is he a
he's a
vlogger?
vlogger. He's just a vlogger.
Wow.
His newest video that I saw, the one that I clicked on, was oh god, what did he do? He did something while he was high, which shocked me because I understood that he had a pretty like adolescent fan base, so I didn't think that he would like consume marijuana openly on the channel. Um it was something like he did his makeup while he was high or something like that. Like tried something new with his hair while he was high. And I was like, this fucking guy still like people are still following Tyler Oakley? That's crazy. Um
Yeah, you
his
gotta really.
audiences are so like they're so fair weather.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially
And
when it comes.
I say this as a member of a YouTube audience, like I have my people that I like, but I always just like fall off of them at some point.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have to understand that like the YouTube isn't like film or TV, right? Where the scape of film and TV might change every couple of years, but YouTube will change 5 times a year.
Yeah.
Like what people want to see on YouTube is constantly changing, and that has to do with YouTube's demographic, like mostly being younger people.
Yeah.
They say like, I mean, I've been very open about this, but I've been doing a lot of reading and watching and stuff about how to promote your YouTube channel and how to. Well, obviously, we're trying to get this one off the ground. Like,
Yeah.
you have to read about these things.
Yeah.
And every single one says like you want your audience, you really want to take off on YouTube, you got to be popular with kids. You gotta you have to break that demographic, and then
Yeah.
even if you get 10,000 subscribers and maybe half of them don't watch you anymore, those 5,000 people are your dedicated fan base.
Yeah.
People who will stay with you. People like, what'd you say this guy's name was? Tyler Oakley?
Yeah.
So like, let's say Tyler Oakley had like 1 million subscribers in 2006 when YouTube was really, when no one had 1 million subscribers. Like, let's say like he
Yeah.
was one of these guys, and
Yeah.
now he's like Ryan Higa or like Smosh or something, who's they're just like legacy YouTubers.
Yeah.
They're at the point now where people have been watching them for so long. Like, I would actually argue that his fan base probably isn't as young as they used to be. They've probably grown up with him,
Yeah.
which is probably why he's comfortable smoking pot and then recording a video.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, of course. But yeah, man, you gotta get those kids clicking on you. The ideal situation would be a kid watches your video, thinks it's so fucking funny, or like so whatever, like the kid likes it and then shares it with his friends, who they then share it with their friends, and before you know it, you're viral. But like, that's the
Yeah.
goal. That's the goal in all this.
But like the growing with you concept is such a hard wave to ride because growing means changing and children hate change.
Mm,
Like they hate it. They have such a
yeah.
hard time. Like that's why adolescence is so hard, right? Because there's like a million changes that you go through. You have like middle school and high school. So you like move schools, you fucking your body's changing, like you have all these new interests, your friends have all these new interests, and it's a lot, and you hate it and you hate change. So like I feel like when your media changes, you get extra mad because you're like, ah, fuck, like this too? This too? Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why people like lose their minds at Game Grumps all the time because like kids are, man, like I got my first period. I don't know what a wet dream is, but I'm having one. I have all this hair. I'm sweatier than usual. I have a crush on this person and I don't know what to do about it. And my best friend that I've known since I was like 8 months old is like smoking weed every other weekend. I don't know what the fuck to do. And then Game Grumps changes their release schedule and they just like break,
Yeah,
like it's
yeah.
like the straw that breaks the camel's back, and that's where you get a bunch of people who are just like, you fuck, like they berate these like 40-year-old men across the country from them because they had the audacity to be like, hey, we have adult shit going on in our lives that we have to make room for. Do you mind if we upload on like Tuesday instead of Monday so we can have a weekend? And everyone's like, no.
Yeah. Fuck that. And
And
fuck
they, like,
you. I hate you. I
yeah,
hate you.
yeah, I hate you. I hate you.
Um, yeah, I mean, I would love, like, the thing is though, like, that's, I think, going back to what I was talking about with that example of like, let's say you get 10,000 subscribers and then 5,000 are like your legacy subscribers, like people who will always watch you forever.
Yeah.
I think that, in my opinion, the ideal trajectory for someone like us, like people who do let's plays in 2020 and video game videos, and like, because we're not, well, this is a twofold thing, but long story short, I would love to eventually have, a couple thousand subscribers. Maybe we make a little bit of money. Like, the money is whatever. Like, the money would be nice, but it's not why we do this.
Yeah.
I would
But
just
it
love.
would be a tangible thing to take home to our parents and be like, look, this thing that we fuck around with is actually like something,
Yeah, I mean, of course. Like, if ChillSpot made money, I wouldn't have to. I would just put all my effort in ChillSpot. Like, obviously,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I say that all the time. Like, I don't want to. I don't want to sound like this is like a burden or like I'm dying, because I'm really not. But before all this pandemic stuff, when we were recording every week, like, I'd spend like a good couple hours every single day doing chill spot
Yeah.
stuff. Like,
Yeah.
seriously, but like, I'm not talking like 1 or 2 hours. I'm talking like
Yeah.
4, 5, 6 hours a
It
day.
becomes a job really quick.
And like, again, I really don't want to sound like I'm complaining, because I'm certainly not. But if I could make money, well, during those 6 hours, like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have to then go to work for another 8.
Well, I mean,
I wouldn't have to do all this
yeah.
other shit.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me do some quick. Because like let's say theoretically that you work on Chill Spot for 6 hours a day, 5 days a week. That's 30 hours. That is almost a full-time job.
Yeah, for
Like,
10 or 15 more hours, and that's straight up full time.
yeah, exactly. So like, yeah, pay me for that.
You hear that, subscribers? We need you to go home and tell your friends about us, please.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have our one agent. We brainwashed Shirt Boy into being our biggest fan. So now he just
Exactly.
tells everyone about us, which is so great. Like, we love you, Brad.
Yeah, yeah, God bless. No, like we love our friends for like digging us and actually like like listening and interacting and wanting to be a part of everything. And I mean, like, that makes me happy. Making my friends laugh is like it's the drug that I chase,
Oh, totally. Yeah, absolutely.
Like
Like,
that's if I'm addicted to anything, it's like if I can make my friends laugh, like I actually experience, like I can feel the endorphins rushing through my brain. I
mm-hmm.
can feel the surge. My blood starts pumping and I feel more alive. So like, yeah, it means the world to us that we make our friends laugh, but like if we can make a couple strangers laugh, that would be great too.
I mean, hey, like I don't want to toot our own horn or anything, but we got another subscriber yesterday, and
Hey, welcome.
well, I hope they listen to the podcast, A, and then I hope that they're enjoying the podcast, B. But
Yeah.
I was gonna say something else earlier when I was talking about YouTube trends. We make video game videos, which like, if you really want to put the chips down, like it's certainly not what's popular on YouTube right now. Like,
Mhm.
right now. But and then here's the thing that gets confusing is that there actually is no fucking YouTube trends right now, like
Yeah.
or none that are reaching my sphere. Like, and it's a little frustrating that I
I
chose
mean,
to get into YouTube when there's nothing to take advantage of. Like, fuck.
um, yeah, well that means we got to make our own, right? Like, well, yeah. See, that's hard, right? Because like I guess it's easy to say like we'll just make our own, and it's like, but something that you made up by yourself isn't trending, Like
No, of
there's no
course
like
not.
hashtag that people are following that you can like hop on the back of.
Yeah,
And
so like,
I think that's been the biggest pill that I've had to swallow so far is that we have to play to trends.
of course, it's simply a part of the platform.
And it definitely has made me a better person in that I am a lot easier on content creators and I'm willing to give a lot, like my world has opened up because I'm willing to give more things a chance. Because if I see like dog ate my homework and the homework was SARS, question mark, question mark, question mark, like I'll give it a chance
God,
because
I miss
because
those
I'm like,
videos.
this person is just playing the game,
Mm,
like this is what you got to do. There is a game, and if you want a chance in hell of like going somewhere with this channel that you've built for yourself, you got to play it. And
mm.
like like I'm a lot nicer to people for that reason now. So
Absolutely. I actually I miss one of my favorite. That was one of my favorite YouTube trends because the titles were getting out of hand. It's like
yeah,
I call Freddy Fazbear. It's 6 a.m. Like it's just like question mark, exclamation
yeah,
mark, question
yeah,
mark. Like, oh,
yeah,
what
yeah.
a great time
Um,
to be on YouTube before they killed that trend. And before that, it was
uh,
the red hot knife. Before that, it was the iron ball. Uh,
what?
yeah. Do you not remember those red hot knife videos?
No.
There was a YouTube trend of like a dude with a blowtorch would like superheat a knife and then cut stuff with it just to see what it looks like.
Oh, okay.
You might also remember there was the pressure crusher trend.
Yeah,
There,
the hydraulic press
there
trend.
was
Yeah,
the
watching Smith get squished.
there was the industrial shredder trend.
Yeah,
Like all that shit, man.
yeah,
Like shit like that. What I'm really waiting for, and like, I guess this is really how we make the sausage. But I'm really just waiting for something gaming related. A hot
yeah,
game. Like right now, the fact that we're in a pandemic and Animal Crossing is out, and Animal Crossing is like the creme de la fucking creme, and we just can't capitalize on that at all. Like I know I use the C word, but like it is what it is. Like, we make videos that we want people to watch, so we need to adhere to that.
yeah,
We like listen. I make video game videos because I like making video game videos, but at the same
yeah.
time, I want people to watch my video game videos. So there's a certain amount of capitalizing you need to
Yeah.
do in order
And
to
it's
get
like
anything off
hobby
the
or no
ground.
hobby, like whether we're chasing money or not, like that is what you got to do, you
Mm.
know?
That's
Like it's
part.
just
That's part of being in entertainment.
sort of
Like,
the facts of life.
I feel like it'd be no different if we were working in TV or film or even theater. Like,
Yeah.
theater I think is probably. Well, I mean, you correct me if I'm wrong, but like I think theater is probably the one that doesn't have to rely on trends as much, but it definitely
But I
still
kind of
does.
wish it would.
Yeah,
I
really.
kind of wish it would.
You could get with the times a little bit.
Yeah, and like maybe that's something that I can like think about when social distancing is less of a thing that we have to do and people can slowly start congregating again and we can have like crowds coming together and because theater's going to have to do theater's gonna have a hard time coming back from this, and this is branching
Oh,
out a little bit, but theater's gonna have a hard time coming back from this because it's not like society is gonna go from, this state of like, I don't want to let go of my social habits to, okay, we're socially distancing, we're isolating, we're staying home. Okay, we can go back outside again. Like people aren't gonna all of a sudden be like, well, let's all go sit in a room together, like really close to each other. Like people are
yeah,
going to
yeah,
be
yeah.
wary of crowds. People are going to be wary of gatherings
Mm-hmm.
for a while after
Oh
this is
yeah, dude.
done.
Movie
So
theaters, restaurants, they're all gonna suffer.
theater's going to be having a hard time for a while. And I think that trends and paying attention to trends is something that theater has never really done.
Or had to do.
But could maybe stand to do a little bit more if we're trying to like bring it back after a antisocial stint, a plague that made us antisocial.
Totally.
I think that maybe theater could stand to take the stick like 3/4 of an inch out of its own ass and like follow a trend. you know
Absolutely.
you're not gonna take it all the way out because having a stick in your ass is like part of the appeal, but
People love
remove
people
it a
love when
little
sticks in
bit.
your ass, man. People love that
Yeah.
stick.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
so would you say then? So lesson number 1 today was everybody get on Tumblr because Tumblr
Get
is
back
lit
into
right
Tumblr.
now.
Yeah, get back into Tumblr is the social media. If your scrolling finger is itchy, but you know better for your own mental health that you need to stay away from social media, make a Tumblr.
Totally.
Because there are memes, there are TikToks, there are aesthetically pictures, there are, like recipes. Every single piece of media that you're into has a fandom. I guarantee it. Get into it,
Yeah.
Just get into it.
Lesson number 2 is to take that stick out of your ass, whether you like it or not. And
Sorry, you cut out a little bit there. Lesson number 2 is what?
yeah, so the audience will hear this twice, but lesson number 2 is to take that stick out of your ass.
Yes.
If even a little bit. And lesson number 3 is to don't get too bogged down with what the media and news is telling you.
Yeah.
It's important to stay informed, but it's to remember that 24-hour news networks are the death of humanity, and everybody's at home right
You
now.
literally go insane. Like,
So-
you will go insane.
Don't watch 24-hour news networks all damn day long because that's all you have to do. Like, get a hobby and work on it. Like, there's got to be something in your house that you can do to entertain yourself. And I hope that everyone at home is staying safe. You can find us where you can always find us, and we're a great way to kill a couple hours. You can find us on
dude.
Spotify or Google Play or Apple Podcast or YouTube. We have a whole bunch
We
of.
have the content.
We have plenty
We have
of
the
content.
content.
You can
Consume
watch
the
us.
content.
Watch us. Watch us. Watch us. Watch us. Watch us.
Yes. And
Watch
we'll be
us.
here figuring it out. As you can tell from this podcast, we found a way to record a podcast like in completely different cities, and we will find a way to keep bringing you fun Let's Plays and all that fun stuff. We're going live on Thursdays at noon. Join our live shows.
Yes. Follow us on Instagram. So
Follow
you
us
can,
on Instagram so you can watch our live shows.
Because initially that was going to be a supplement for the podcast, but now that we figured out the podcast, the live streams are just going to be something we do for fun.
Yeah.
Keep the ear to the ground for Twitch streaming. That is happening. I know I've been saying this for 7 straight months now.
You've been saying this since we started this channel.
Yeah.
Like the first episode of the Chill Spot podcast was, and we're going to try and figure out streaming. And yeah.
Well, I mean, streaming is the setup is complicated. Like, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. Like, I've looked into it a bunch of times. Like, if I could shed some light on my situation, I looked into it a bunch of times, and every time I'll like do it for like an hour and like get a mic set up, but then like getting the mic set up stops this other thing from working, and then okay, well I got this thing working, but now this isn't working, and like like Sam could attest to this. Like that really fucking like that's a great way to ruin my day, is to just like deal with, okay, I fixed this problem, but in fixing this problem, I've created this problem. Like, it's just, God, it makes my blood boil. So, if you want to know why we're not on Twitch yet, that's the reason why. But now I have literally no time and no excuse. So, keep your ear to the ground for that.
Yes.
And we will see you guys next week.
See you later, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody. Stay safe.
Bye.